Oh, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
The club's always vibrant at this time of night.
fellow chatters. Just give me a sec. I'll make sure everything's going fine. Just want to make sure everything's fine. For real, for real. Sorry about that, chat. I had some stuff to do. Yeah. There's some funky stuff, you know. I need to stay right. Gotta make sure there's no noise. Yeah. Yeah, gotta take care of something, yeah. Welcome, chat. Welcome. Yeah, welcome to the stream. Welcome. Let me check the audio real quick. Welcome to the stream. Audio is fine. Audio is not fine. For YouTube at least. It's not showing for YouTube for some reason. It's weird. Give me a sec. Waiting. Reverse. There. Should be fine. I would assume so. Should be fine. That's weird. Nothing good. So I'm live on YouTube, but it's not showing for some reason. That's weird. You know, noise too. Just makes this weirder. Chat. Chat. No, we don't maintain smoke. That's actually weird. I need to check this. Sorry, chat. Something's not right. I'm not sure what. Give me a sec. It's probably because I'm lagging or something. But it's not. I'm not lagging. Weirdly. Fellow chatter. Oh. I think I'm fine now. I think. For some reason, YouTube is lagging so much. Not lagging, it's just. There's a very. There's a very long pause. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to explain it. We should start now, actually. Taking too much of your time already. My goodness. Alright, let's start. Just gonna make sure everything's fine. Alright, let's start. Okay. The bonus. Just make sure. The volume's so high on my side for some reason. Alright, let's start. I'm gonna continue. Last time. Yeah, we finally met with the physician in part 12. We finally met with the physician. Was there something? I'm not sure what. What was it? Yeah, he was talking to the jailer. Then Burton and the gang just straight up barged in when they were not supposed to. Now we're here. Let's continue. Part 13. Master of the Labyrinth. Master of the Labyrinth. Within the courts of the Labyrinth's builder, he proclaims, it is and has always been perfect. Alright, let's continue. Let's go. Part 13 of episode 9. Let's go. Only the steady beeping of the heart monitor keeps the eerie silence at bay. Oh, there's also a heart monitor. I don't see it. But I guess there is one. If I'm not mistaken, Recoleta still doesn't know if who's Aleph. Aleph. Aleph? I think that's how it's pronounced. For some reason I can't remember. But yeah. Last time they found out what's happening with the book. Oh wait, everything that is happening in the Komala prison, all is going just as it was happening with her novel that she was writing. I theorized that the reason why, I mean, it's kind of obvious that the reason why this is happening is because she was like pen pals with Aleph, and Aleph is the only one that is also in the prison. Not sure who yet. That also knows like about all of this, and it's like funky stuff, and like what they're experiencing that is happening in the Kamala prison, all is unfolding before them, just like what is happening in Recoleta's novel that she was writing. So probably Aleph is the reason, but like, we don't know yet. Let's see.
Dr. Merlin, or should I say Aleph, I don't know why you're using my novel to manipulate the Panopticon.
But yeah, also that's Aleph, I guess. Never mind. It's answered then. Dr. Merlin is Aleph. Aleph is the forgot his name. The physician. Yeah. Like I said, that's answered. Oh, there's a pop-up. Give me a sec. Alright.
But you need to know that it won't serve your purpose, whether in fiction or reality.
Oh. There's a pause there. On my side. Hopefully it's not gonna bother with the recording. Cross my fingers.
You claim that the inmates are both the observer and the observed, and both wielders and subjects of power. How could you be so blind as to not see the true state of the Panopticon?
You know what? Let me check the audio. You know what? Let me. It's fine. Then, yeah, should be fine. That is such a long gap with YouTube for some reason. I'm not sure why. It's weird, very weird. Let's continue.
The inmates haven't achieved any perfect order. No, they've devolved into pitiful caricatures of themselves, performers in some endless pantomime to be watched from the central tower. Even their medication has become a prop to demonstrate the so-called randomness of fate in the theater that is the Panopticon. This farce hasn't made the Panopticon a better place. No, it has warped it into a twisted theater of cruelty, where the sick are denied treatment and left to quietly perish in the dark corners of its halls. And literature has died alongside them.
Ooh.
This prison is a monster, born under the gaze of this all-seeing power. Aleph, is this truly the ultimate answer you've been searching for?
Oh, the physician suddenly seems startled, stepping back and accidentally knocking over his tools.
What?
Tools? Oh, he mad.
Are you suggesting that this is the answer I've reached? That my experiment has been a failure all along, and I've been too blind to see it? No, impossible. Foucault's theory is flawless.
Oh, he's holding like a hacksaw? Or some kind of saw. I'm assuming so. Just realized that having his life's work denied is something he cannot tolerate. The man searches the tabletop with faint composure, but in doing so, he unintentionally sweeps all the surgical tools onto the floor.
I have removed every obstacle to the running of this prison. It is pure, sacrosanct. I have constantly re-evaluated the system, adjusting my instructions to my subordinates to ensure the most efficient maintenance of the established order.
Hmm. But it's kind of still, I don't know. It seemed fine because it seemed fine for them because they were already accustomed to like that life. Even though some people are just going through it a lot worse than the others that are being lucky. It's kind of creepy in a sense, honestly.
And now, you stand here and tell me that everything I've done has been meaningless from the very beginning? That the power model I have implemented has already been replaced by an alternative? No, outsiders. The perfect order of the Panopticon shall not be disrupted. I will not be swayed by your lies. This facility is superior to all others. Nothing here escapes my notice.
At last, in a barely noticeable corner, he finds the 20-sided die read in black mist. Black mist? Not black ooze.
That said, it isn't easy to work a miracle, as we all know.
See? It's like black ooze instead of a mist. Unless it is a mist, but it looks too glossy to be mist. And too liquidy to be mist.
I shall personally verify it. All myself.
What? Is that's a Babylon? Well, probably is. All his emotions dissolve as he grips the die. The narrow operating room shakes as if responding to him, emitting a distorted screech.
What's happening?
I don't know myself, Burton. No, battle.
Visitors
Nope.
from another era. You
Good
have
deal.
come here with plagued ideologies in an attempt to break the subtle balance of the Panopticon. But did you not notice the tiles beneath your feet? The cracks and water stains on the walls, constantly changing right before your eyes. This room, the previous room, every room, you have blindly wandered through them, seeing them as nothing more than the building blocks of a monotonous labyrinth.
Oh,
But this place was not born from the chaotic imaginings of a madman. No. Every inch has been crafted through the meticulous harnessing of order and power. Every wisp of spider silk drifting in the wind. Every speck of rust on the gallery rail. Every detail of the Panopticon has been built by my own hands.
what?
With this ever-shifting die, concepts may be transformed into reality,
Oh,
and ideals into substance. I observe the movement of every entity, the passage of every second. The moment you entered this realm, you too became subjects of my experiment.
nothing was ever real? I would assume so. The prison power. The prison of power? That's creepy. More creepy than I would. There.
Embrace rather than resist.
Oh, fighting Aleph.
This is all getting out of hand.
Who's talking?
Impossible! All is under the die's control.
Who's he talking to?
What may appear to be chaos is nothing more than a temporary deviation.
Oh,
To the left.
here.
Listen up.
Regaining control of our bodies.
Keep calm. Unbreakable.
Nope, almost there. That's a channel. It is. Should I wait? Kinda wanna wait, honestly. Here. 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 No.
Leave my ship alone!
Funky. Nope. Just gonna do this and do this, I guess.
Please, allow me. Hell's Gates!
Take a
Is that
deep
really
breath.
the best you have to offer?
Oh, the ultimate. I want to see the ultimate.
Hell's Gates!
That's it? Alright. Wait, let me see. Just in case it changed it. Nope.
Take a deep breath.
Oh. Perfect timing. Nice.
It's special, precise, perfect. It is far from perfect. You know that as well as I. Why else would we be conducting this experiment?
Who's that?
Now, to preserve this memory in our dreams.
Kinda sound familiar though. Looks familiar. Alright.
This happened when the Idealist was attacked too.
To think we've been trapped in a prison fabricated by a die all this time.
Yeah, that's crazy. So like, the prison, is the prison even real? Or like, it is real, but it was somehow enhanced or something, like changed a little, turning it into like a level or a super dungeon maybe, with all the power by all of it because of the power of a die, the die of Babylon.
Did the physician really build all this with such a small, simple object?
Yeah.
The distortion is getting worse. Prepare yourselves to fight or flee.
The situation begins to spiral out of control. Now everything in the room screeches and twists until they became a mess of meaningless black and white lines.
Please, Dr. Merlin, stop this.
No. You're asking for the impossible.
Huh?
Power model of the Panopticon is destined to permeate all of society. Such insignificant interferences could never plunge it into chaos.
I just realized this is a braid. Has a braid, like a single braid here. Just realized that. Okay.
But it already has, Merlin. You failed.
Hmm.
I have not failed.
Wait, what?
And as long as I keep the prison running,
Is he talking to himself? The physician fiddles with the die, muttering baffling and incoherent words to himself. Oh, it is. He is
it
talking to
isn't your
himself.
power model running the prison. It's the die.
Wait, is that the same person that was talking during the battle? He's talking to himself?
It's simply a form of magic, unrelated to the microphysics of power you seek. It's a false hope. A castle in the sky given to you by the military junta and Manus Vindictae.
No, I wasn't impressed.
It's simply a form of magic, unrelated to the microphysics of power you seek. It provides no aid in your experimentation with power.
Yeah, let's continue. I wasn't impressed. So Manus Vindictae, I mean, we already know that, right? It's kind of weird. By the military junta. I'm not sure what junta means. Manus Vindictae. Huh. So I'm guessing they, like the Manus did, and I'm guessing military junta has something to do with the what was it? The military, I forgot. Was it Xeno? Yeah, I'm guessing it should be Xeno, right? That's the only military-esque organization I can think of. Manus Vindictae. Interesting.
Manus Vindictae? So you really are working with them. What exactly do you intend to do?
Probably has something to do with the experiment with Sparing the people and stuff.
I...
Oh, cutscene? Yeah, kinda.
Then I've also failed. I've ended up a pathetic fool, lost in the chaos of reality. Just like the idealist chasing visceral realism.
Mm-hmm.
Paracelsus seeking the fountain of youth, and Zahir obsessing over the one-sided coin. When did it all start falling
It's getting
apart,
darker.
Aleph? When the doorknob loosened? When the prisoner's wounds started to fester? Or when the daily disinfectant concentration reached 28 milligrams? Or the crack in the second gray brick on the wall expanded to 6 millimeters?
Hmm.
Or was it when Warden Tartuffe left Ushuaia with news of the Foucault Association's dissolution? This place should have been the ideal ground for psychoanalytic practice. Why did they halt all research, all discussion?
Oh, so this has something to do with the Manus and the Xeno, like government help and like giving rations and all that. They already stopped. What was it? March, was it? They stopped giving any more rations after March, or during March, I guess.
We've been abandoned, haven't we? By eras old and new.
Are they aware of the storm then? Or is just a figure of speech that somehow has coincidentally has something? Coincidentally is like they're referencing to the storm.
You designed and have maintained everything in Kamala, right down to the smallest detail.
Huh.
But it is these details that trap you. And as the bars close around you, you are losing your name, Merlin. And you're becoming a physician, a man forever imprisoned within these walls.
So Merlin. So the physician is the physician. No. So Merlin is the physician. And the physician is Merlin. But Aleph is also the one speaking, right? But Aleph is Merlin. This is one of those. I'm not sure if he's possessed or this is one of those mental things. It's kind of giving that a man forever.
I don't understand.
Yeah, that's also the Aleph's voice, Adif's voice. So like all three. I mean, not three of them because Merlin is the physician. He's just losing that Merlin part of it. The physician is losing that part of it. So all three of them, I guess. Kind of three, I guess.
All these false eras are like a dreadful novel with no conclusion. Trying to find answers within such things is, in itself, a mistake. Much like them, you are destined never to attain transcendentality.
Ooh. Chill, chill.
Tell me, Aleph, does the ultimate answer even exist?
Not gonna lie, it's kind of creepy how the glove seems like it's just flesh without skin. You know, just all red. It's kind of creepy. No, did I Babylon? The die becomes heavy. Now the die becomes heavy, too heavy for him to hold any longer. It drops to the floor. Oh. It turns back to normal. The distortion of and tremors of the prisoner finally subside, but as if the pulse of the massive earth had stopped for an instant. Amid the swirling dust, the girl's help each other stand but fail to notice the truth revealing itself before them. No?
Timekeeper, are you alright?
Yes. And you? And Miss Recoleta? Are you okay? Is Recoleta?
The smoke clears, but no one responds. The named girl simply stares in shock at the figure before her.
You're...
Wait. What's happening?
The word utopia derives from Greek. It means no place.
Uh-huh.
People cannot understand the structure of the labyrinth, yet they continue to follow its paths. They cannot comprehend the mechanics of fate, yet they believe in its jurisdiction.
Oh, wait, Recoleta is when she was saying she's referring to the physician.
As if by
I'm
doing
assuming.
so, everything will naturally fall into place.
Huh? Okay. Are those knives? Looks like
And
knives.
now, the polar night approaches.
Wait. Did he just did a wardrobe change or something? Wait, he did? Did he change or something? With the power of the die?
How good it is to see you, pen pal.
Wait. I really wonder if because of the die. If the die is the reason why he has this mental state of like, I guess it's multiple personality, right? So he's also Aleph? No, he is Aleph. Aleph. Was it Aleph? I think it's Aleph. Here we go. What's this? Philosophy in motion. Does the foundation ever actually require employees to clock in? Discuss. Have you heard of Foucault Senator? Yes, he's a renowned French philosopher and social theorist. I read books about his theories at the SPDM. So those are precisely the kind of books they never confiscate. Sorry, I don't understand. Never mind that. Could you explain what you read in detail? Alright, Foucault argued that madness isn't a natural phenomenon, but rather a cultural construct. In early times, punishment was a public spectacle, a display of power for the rulers. Nowadays, things are different. After the Enlightenment, punishment became a form of public education intended primarily to deter crime. That's true. The phrase public execution has all but disappeared from everyday language. Discipline and punishment, by that logic, the SPDM aligns closely with Foucault's ideals. But Deleuze believed that another model of power had replaced disciplinary power, the power of administration, a highly efficient yet indifferent system of management. The system holds control over the environment, and under such circumstances, the individual's inner self ceases to matter. Timekeeper, is this discussion because of what the physician said? That's right. Initially, I just wanted to hear your perspective on this. Now, I'm starting to see how this model reduces people to little more than animals. Right, Timekeeper. So is this agreeing, or is this one of those acquiesce? Yeah, probably. It's probably acquiesce. Wait, what? Why didn't it register just now? That's weird. Alright. Part 14. The Mass and the Mirror. The Mass and the Mirror. Between two mirrors hangs a single object. One One face, two faces, cascading into the infinite. Two mirrors hangs a single object. One face, two faces. One face, but with two faces. Probably referring to a left hand. Wait, did it change? Yeah, it did. The model changed. Alright. I don't wonder how many chapters, parts there gonna be.
Where did the physician go?
But
Wait. Sir? Are you?
me and you were then confused. No one notices when the unfamiliar prisoner appears. He seems calm and almost ordinary, like an unchanging mirror that has stood here all along. In this room, in this labyrinth, passed unseen by everyone. He has to be. I mean, he has to be, right? He has to be the physician. The answer she now sees plainly makes her step back in panic. But in the end, she says the name out loud. It sounds a heavy, cold, and leaves her at a loss. Sounds heavy, cold, and leaves her at a loss.
Aleph.
Aleph.
It's you. My pen pal. You are, in fact, Nkomala. All those letters. All the ideas we shared. They weren't just my imagination or some prank. Vertin, Soneto, it's all just as I told you. They weren't meaningless. They're all real.
Huh? Okay. Yet why does she show no joy?
So, sir, are you Aleph, the ruler of this prison?
Ruler. Interesting word to
Are
use.
you the one controlling the panopticon with the die? The one hiding Miss Dores's whereabouts?
I'm not gonna lie, I would assume that Doris had already left. Not gonna lie. Which is weird. It was mentioned that she is going to have a talk with the physician. We never really. It was never really mentioned if she left or not, right? Interesting.
What curious inquiries. Quite different from the last 2,666 questions I've received.
Thank goodness. Oh, the bad number.
My guests, you may call me Aleph, or by any other name, be it a symbol of God's oneness or a farcical epithet.
I don't get what she just said.
I am merely one of the many prisoners who voluntarily reside here. A single letter in the alphabet of the Panopticon.
Huh. Okay.
A letter? The way you speak is quite different from Dr. Merlin.
Yeah, true. It's well confusing for one because I don't really have that very funky lexicon, the very exquisite lexicon, if you will. But the other, just because like very not fluent, eloquent, I guess. I don't know.
Still, I wonder what your relationship is with him.
Yeah, true. It's weird. Under the dim lighting, the man looks drained of all energy.
But allow me to make a guess. You're Dr. Merlin, aren't you?
I'm afraid that's not entirely accurate. But you may think of it that way. Merlin is a figment born of my mind.
Huh?
An incomplete reenactment. He is me, yes, but not entirely.
So, I mean, it would make sense, honestly, because Aleph is the one that is in prison, right? Would make sense if he's the real one, because he was the prisoner from the beginning. And the one ruling is that persona. That is Merlin, which is weird considering that Merlin is the physician, right? And the physician is experimenting on people, the prisoners, or at least the prisoners that are called, I guess. It's weird.
He, or rather they, failed to find their answers.
Including, I'm guessing that also includes the physician.
They fought against their predestined fates, only to be inevitably crushed under their weight. I simply stood by and watched it all unfold. That was the extent of our relationship.
They?
Multiple?
You've already met Merlin and the Idealist.
Wait,
You've
what?
witnessed their demise.
Oh, wait, what? Idealist? So there's three, I guess. Yeah, the Idealist is one that kind of died. So he actually did get shot. So technically he still is shot. Wait, but no, it doesn't make sense because when the physician went to get the dye in the Idealist body or something, when he was getting the dye that the Idealist was holding in on his self, I guess. Then he took it. We saw the Idealist and the physician at the same time. Unless that's the work of the dye itself. Were they split into three people? It wouldn't make sense, right? Because when the physician was talking to Aleph, I keep forgetting. So because when the physician was talking to Aleph, it was only the physician. It was only Merlin. Then suddenly this happened. When the physician just disappeared, quote unquote disappeared, then Aleph appeared. It's almost like they were not the same person. But then there's also that one, like, and then we go back to what happened with the physician and the Idealist. They were there at the same time. Doesn't make sense. I'm just gonna assume it's the dice, the not the die of Kamala. Was it die of the Panopticon? No, die of Babylon. Yeah, I'm gonna assume it's because of the die of Babylon. That's interesting, but it kind of gets complicated a little. Oh, there's pop up. Give me a sec. Okay, let's continue.
Shackled by the delusions of verses, the Idealist lost his own name. Merlin, too, imprisoned himself within the system of the Panopticon. I'm sure their desperate pursuits caused you some trouble. Please forgive them. After all, your fleeting encounters led to the demise of them both.
They're both gone.
I think I understand now. The Idealist and the physician are both parts of you. Or, to put it another way, they're your alter egos.
They're all the same person. Seems the jailer's diagnosis that the whole prison is mad has been shown to be more accurate than anyone could have imagined.
The physician mentioned Manus Vindictae. What's the relationship between this prison and the Manus?
Now that I think about it, what happened to the jailer? She was there, wasn't she? She's supposed to be. Yeah, and then Manus. What's happening with Manus? Between Manus, yeah.
Visitors from the Foundation. We all witnessed those eras perish. In 1977, Not long before the fourth storm, I arrived in Ushuaia. Shortly after, some members of the National Foucault Studies Association reached out to me. But it wasn't just them. An arcanist organization called Manus Vindictae also approached me. Each of them wanted answers. They named me their advisor.
Huh. Give me a sec. What was it? The four storm. Oh, so they are. So the Commonwealth president is aware of the existence of the storm. Kind of wonder who actually who. Oh, there has to be a limit to who actually knows. Like the public knows, like public information about the storm, right? Kind of wonder who actually knows publicly. I arrived Ushuaia. National Focal Studies. Yeah. Advisor.
You acted as an advisor to the Manus?
The two parties presented me with a concept and a parable, respectively.
A concept and a parable?
I like parables. I don't know why. Oh, because they sound nice.
The Foucault Association sought to explore the feasibility of the panopticon concept here, while Manus Vindictae showed me a parable of the past and future. Day and night, I wandered through endless texts, endless realities, as I searched for answers. And thus, Merlin was born. He was both an experiment and a price I paid.
Interesting. It's all. I'm guessing it's all just a mental state.
A new concept, a new direction. Pursuing such things always leaves me confined by the limitations of human knowledge. Merlin spent his entire life exploring Foucault's theories in pursuit of that singular yet infinite answer.
What about the Manus, Mr. Aleph? You didn't explain why you helped them.
Explain why? Because they asked me to, just as you have. I simply worked to answer their questions.
So you're saying that, to you, we are no different from Manus Vindictae?
Probably.
And if we ask, you'll answer us, without holding anything back?
Is that not precisely what is happening this very moment?
True. Earth picks up the fallen die. It flickers with a familiar, comforting glow.
This is what the Manus gave Merlin. A magical die named the Tear of Comala. It was once a gemstone that belonged to a god.
When the world?
At the beginning of the century, explorers plucked it from an ancient gate they discovered in Antarctica.
Oh, I mean, it is an artifact after all. I kind of wonder if there's no way, right, that the die is the shell. The shell is too modern. I'm going to guess the die is the shell, and inside it is the gem. I'm going to assume that's what's happening because it is leaking that ichor kind of thing, which is very similar to what happens when those Manus Vindictae mass the follower max at least. It's the same kind of ooze visually at least.
To the explorer's amazement, the gemstone could turn human desires into reality. So they cut it into a die, a symbol of fate, and used it to build a sanatorium, which was later transformed into the panopticon you are standing in right now.
So I am technically. So it's not a shell. It's carved into one, like a die. Interesting. Also, just in case, the die meaning a dice. Just in case, because I don't know the. This is weird because sometimes the I could for some reason be detected as like saying some violent stuff for some reason when I'm just saying stuff that is not. It's weird. Just to clarify, I'm talking about a dice, not die as in a dice. Yeah, okay. Weird AI detector. Children's is not gone. Weird. His words are direct, yet they still leave the outsiders perplexed.
Then, Aleph, you really are the mastermind behind the Panopticon?
I mean, yeah, kind of makes sense. The silent girl grips her notebook, her knuckles turned white from the pressure. The drafts of an unpublished novel with words that only she knows, the countless hours spent at her desk, the self-reflections, the meticulous questioning, revisions, and scrutiny of every word. The book holds the life of its writer.
You said Merlin used the Panopticon to seek his answer. What does that have to do with my novel?
Not gonna lie. Gonna get what Recoleta is going through right now. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure you have other things to worry about right now. Your novel is like barely something serious. I'm not gonna lie. Like my guy has like a reality bending artifact right now. Anything right now. But to be fair, it's not really like anything to worry about. Other than losing your life. I don't know.
I don't get it, Aleph. Why would you use my novel to manipulate this place?
A good plot, I guess.
Roberta, Garcia, Octavia, Pablo, the jailer, everyone. Not one of them deserved to be trapped in a deadly loop in which everyone's fate is already predestined. They're just like the ghosts in Amalfitano, inescapably trapped within the ruins. Tell me, what is it you really want?
True, actually. What is this? Yeah, I did mention the motives, right? It doesn't make sense. The motives are too. The motive is just. We don't know the motive yet. It's too vague. What does she actually want, right? Not knowing that he's like the advisor for the Manus and all that. So it doesn't make sense. What does he actually want? Continue. Hearing this, the lonely prisoner fidgets with the die, looking puzzled.
It's not about what I want. It's about what you want.
Hey, what?
The third line of your first letter. You said you wanted to give the rise and fall of sanity an ending.
Which letter though? First letter? They probably have like multiple letters talking to each other about it. Okay. Let's read stuff. Draft of a strange incantation. The greatest arcane skills demand thorough preparation. Every list is the crystallization of countless insects. Check entry. Reading time. Draft of a strange incantation. Regarding the blurred by water stains ritual. A large number of arcanists. This should be an easily achievable goal for management day. Young people capable of lifting bricks and setting sail are plentiful. Devotion. No. Is this a? Are they mentioning the cruise from 2.6? Yeah. Devotion. Wait, was it 2.6 or 2.5? I don't remember. Devotion remains the best cyclist. No, catalyst. Catalyst. No. 2. Yeah, 2.5 because 2.6 is the Chinese New Year. Yeah. New Year. 10 years New Year event. Update. Roar Lion's Tail. Scarab Wings. Nukoteo. Oh! Nukoteo siya. Oh! It's creepy. Crow Lion's Tail. Scarab. Not sure where they're getting this from. Nukoteo shells. Ooh, that's spooky actually. When combined with the Fountain of Immortality. Where is this? I swear I've heard this before. Not like the myth, like an actual one in the game. Seems like the management that they aims to achieve something extraordinary. Given the shell's properties, it can withstand an immense amount of energy, ensuring the ritual success. This is indeed an incantation requiring considerable meticulous preparation. Is this incantation ritual thing supposed to be what happened to summon that fetus thing that happened in the was it Free Breeze cruise or something? Spooky. The location blurred by water stains remains an excellent choice, but for the ritual itself, timing is of paramount importance. The time referred to here is not our traditional understanding, but time itself. It's like one of those waiting for the right moment thing, I'm assuming. Okay, next. Tattered invitation. A serpent brings an apple, but I already possess the wisdom. Is this one of those? Not one of those. This is referring to the snake offering the forbidden fruit to Eve. Was it Eve? If I'm not mistaken, it's Eve. Open the letter. A tattered invitation. No, never mind. I mean, yeah, but like I'm talking about the Apple thing. Invitation, dear Mr. Aleph. Is this the third line? Oh, I'm gonna wonder. Mr. Aleph, the National Folk No. Kamala President Ushuaia. Jose. Isn't that someone's name in the prison before? The National Folk Studies Association extends a formal invitation for you to join our organization. Okay. Our mission is to guide society and the world towards a more structured and enlightened future. We believe your exceptional abilities will be instrumental in achieving this vision. We eagerly await your response. Sincerely, Jose Tartuf, Kamala President Ushuaia. Okay. Left. Oh, wait. In the world. There's a flash. I'm assuming it's a flashback. It's too small that you can't go anywhere else. And I'm assuming this is Recoleta. So I'm assuming it's a flashback. 11. Part 15. The mournful, the grotesque, the sum of self and self. Huh. Something. Part 15.
Los registros históricos del Dado de Babilonia aún se pueden encontrar en la biblioteca de la Universidad Santa Teresa. No. Una apertura como esta haría la historia demasiado ambigua.
I mean, as long as you expand on it, it wouldn't be too vague, right?
En 1975, en el pueblo de Amalfitano, Sonora, México, ocurrió algo terrible y escalofriante en la cabaña con el techo azul. Todo comenzó con las costumbres peculiares de los Espera, ¿cómo supe todo esto? Necesito agregar un ro para el narrador. El cuentacuentos. Un poeta surrealista de México me contó esta historia. Una anciana entró en el bar al que solía ir en el pueblo. Al mismo tiempo,
El empleado del banco también entró al bar trayendo la noticia de que una corporación multinacional iba a
Okay, so
construir una fábrica de jabón de galletas en Amalfitano.
Espera, empleado del banco. No sabía que había bancos en Amalfitano.
I mean, it's fictional. Doesn't really need to be real, right? I'm guessing she's going for a more real, like a 100% research. This has to exist in order for it to be real in her novel. But Aleph is more of a fictional guy, like total fiction. If you get what I mean, it's like, whatever you do, and because it's a fictional, I don't know, because like in totality, unless it's a book about like a biography, right? An actual person's biography. Technically, everything that you write other than a biography is fictional, because you're going, you're doing it, not you're doing it in your view, and it's not something about you, just yourself, right? And that perspective happens, yada yada. Even if it's like a story about you, about your life experience, it's still just your point of view. Sometimes we can be false narratives. No, but how do I say this? Sometimes you can be like a, I forgot the word, but like a non-trustworthy narrative, because you could be, you could have like a not like a perspective that is not true, like someone's perspective on something, and you're trying to explain it in your perspective, even though you don't really know, and you could never know another person's perspective, right? And so in totality, unless it's a biography about yourself, you can't really deny that it's probably fictional. Some part of it fictional, which makes it totally fictional. That's my point of view, at least.
Pero sí, tiene sentido. Los bancos comerciales son, sin duda, un sello del capitalismo. Gracias, amigo por correspondencia.
That's a very long word to be pen pal, but I'm guessing there's no word pen pal in like not Mexican, in Spanish. So I'm guessing it's two words separately. So probably three even. It's a very long word. Let's continue.
Antes
No,
de
house.
convertirse en empleado del banco, era un defensor de las antiguas costumbres del pueblo. Era un pescador de dunas.
Después de aceptar el destino otorgado por el dado de Babilonia, eligió dejar todo atrás, el triste y aterrador pueblo y los ciclos ocultos dentro de la infinita aleatoriedad.
Oh, qué irónico. Pero también es realista. Ahora solo necesitamos un personaje contrastante. Un creyente en el destino.
Also, I just realized this. Not really realized it. I just remembered to mention it. My guy Aleph can also. Here's the thing. It's either that Aleph can also speak in Spanish, or this is like like what that is written in red is what Recoleta gets an idea from by consuming, not interview, what do you call it, this is like the idea that she gets from talking to Elif. So whatever Elif responds to her, I forgot the word. I keep on forgetting words in English. How do I say this? It's like not really an answer. I forgot what it's called. It's like consuming crystal. I mean, it's not. It's most likely not. But basically, she's taking this all in. I almost got it. I legit almost got it, but it disappeared. My goodness. But yeah, there's that, I guess. But yeah, I'm guessing the red is not literally just. I mean, it can't really be. It can't really be possible that like Aleph is like the one writing this, right? Because one is in prison, one is at home. So it makes sense to me that this is like totally something that she writes not because of her ideas, but like something that she gets an idea from by talking to Aleph.
Una anciana tejedora se sentó en su antiguo taller, girando incansablemente su rueca, un regalo precioso otorgado por el dado de Babilonia.
La tejedora ciega relató
Blind
suavemente
Weaver.
todo lo que había vivido.
¡Qué idea brillante, Aleph! Una tejedora ciega no podría haber presenciado el asesinato. ¡Fantástico! En ese caso, agregaré a un conductor de burros que es asesinado en este capítulo.
Donkey driver. I'm guessing donkey driver. I'm going to guess it means the forever buy. I don't know if this is a banned word or not, but like I'm just gonna be safe. Like the forever buying person is making this driver person that sends him, but like it, I guess, them to the target destination, and then ends them. So that makes them a donkey driver because they're not really in it. They didn't do it on purpose. They were put into the situation without them knowing, I guess.
Con cada una de tus sugerencias, la historia da un paso adelante. Gracias, Aleph.
This is what I mentioned. When they say it's very endearing to me whenever like someone speaks in a different language and then speaking in another language, in this case Spanish and English, and like the other language is like sounds so different when they're speaking the first language. It's kind of, it's like funny, but also endearing to me.
Pero todavía no veo ninguna señal del final. Es como si no importara cuántos personajes nuevos agreguemos. Todavía falta algo en el pueblo desértico. Le falta una figura clave.
Key figure. So the key figure would be Aleph then?
Aleph, ¿qué debo hacer? ¿Cómo le doy un final a esta historia?
Oh, Bella. Funky ding.
Tú misma me preguntaste, ¿cómo le doy un final a esta historia?
Never mind. So he can legit just speak in Spanish. Is he asking it? I mean, could be, considering that he is in this prison, and it's kind of given that almost everyone in this prison, in the Kamala prison, is of Spanish, like Mexican descent. I would assume so.
Me describiste cómo tus palabras se habían transformado en un rompecabezas desmesurado infinito, un lenguaje irreconocible, una colección de información ambigua y una parábola que había perdido todo su significado. La ausencia de un final aún te roe, atrapándote para siempre en ese abrasador pueblo desértico. Todo lo que estoy haciendo es intentar encontrarlo para ti.
Oh, is he holding like a notebook or something? Kind of.
estás diciendo que has estado manipulando los acontecimientos en el panóptico desde que intercambiamos cartas por primera vez septiembre pasado?
Last September, my goodness. So they started exchanging letters in September. They lost the Kamala president lost their ration supplies since March. So at least they've been talking to each other for about September. So that's 3. The September. I forgot months. September, October, November, December. So that's 4. So 7. At least they've known each other for 7 months. More than half a year. And it's probably more than that because we don't really know when this is happening. Funky stuff. She struggles, vainly hoping for him to deny it.
Sí, cada vez que revisabas la novela, se hacían ajustes correspondientes en el panóptico. Reflejar fielmente las complejidades de cada detalle era clave para asegurar que la historia avanzara sin problemas. Estos ajustes los manejaba principalmente Merlin, a veces el idealista, y antes de ellos, Zahir y Paracelso.
Huh.
¿Cada vez?
Who's Zahir? Yeah, there's like a mention of Zahir in like writing before this, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
Versiones de la historia del Amalfitano ya se han desarrollado en el panóptico.
Eso significa la rana aplastada en el barro, la vaca muriendo de vieja, el lirón cayendo al mar, el fantasma asesinado en el duelo y los cambios repentinos al dado de Babilonia.
Uh-huh.
Todas las revisiones que sugeriste, todas las muertes, el caos y la locura, ¿realmente sucedieron aquí mismo?
The ever-knowing prisoner falls into a long, dark silence. He will not answer a question when the one asking already knows the answer.
Incluso la eternidad tiene sus límites, Recoleta. In the 6th revision, we added the blind weaver, an extraordinary figure, just like the paracausality researcher who carries a suitcase that you introduced in your 7th letter.
The paracausality researcher carrying a suitcase?
That's two reasons. It can't be Vertin, right?
Miss Recoleta, is this character really based on the Timekeeper?
What? Of course not. The paracausality researcher is an entirely different character.
Yeah, because it can't be Vertin. They just met.
Don't you understand? We're only one die roll away from the ending.
Doesn't make sense for it to be Vertin. At least it doesn't make sense for Recoleta, at least, because they just met. There's no way. Unless it was like in the back end happening that we didn't know that Recoleta had sent another letter. Even then, it's still too recent. Aleph lifts the core of the infinite labyrinth. The tear of Kamala swirls slowly in his hand.
I don't. What on earth are you trying to do?
Oh, flashing lights. The filament lands on the operating room. Jane is in time with his motions. The walls ripples like water now. Ripples like water. Then transform into countless mirrors. Within the mirrors, an endless stream of information appears. A seemingly possessed telephone babbles, an old radio sings, a flickering slide projector whirs and cracks, a muted film projector spins, a timetable opens, and dictionaries of Countless languages flow past. Oh my god. A room without an exit, an internal predicament, a prisoner's dwelling.
Recoleta, it is the cycle of fate that has brought you to the Panopticon of Komala in Ushuaia. Now, return to the rise and fall of sanity. Return and become a character
Wait,
once
what?
more.
What do you mean?
You've been searching for its ending. But how could you possibly find it when you're no longer inside the story?
What in the world?
I believe that this time, you will witness the grand finale with your own two eyes. No more sadness. No more loneliness. The answer you've long sought lies in the inevitable final roll of the die.
So, the jailer is the bank clerk, and Erd is the blind weaver. But what about Roberta, Garcia, and Octavia? They weren't even assigned roles. They were just playthings, helpless in the face of fate. What right do you or I have to decide what happens to them? To dictate their gains and losses?
But they couldn't possibly understand such a thing, could they? To you, it's just a story. But to them, it is the manifestation of bittersweet destiny.
That's crazy though. The fact that you've been playing Fate all this time. That you've been playing God. And changing people's destiny rather, and they don't even know that everything was already written in fine print. Is crazy.
Do you think hiding behind the guise of fiction absolves you from the reality that you've turned the Panopticon into a living hell?
Ooh, spooky.
Yes. You're the only one who truly understands the rise and fall of sanity. Goodness knows how many manuscripts I sent out that never received a reply. I was so grateful to you. For your replies, for understanding my novel. Those things were more precious to me than any sunrise over the Andes. Had I known that your feedback was created in such a way, and at such a cost, I would have preferred not to receive it at all.
Ooh, burn.
Don't you get it? Even if they don't understand my novel, the people I meet are still my friends. Whether we took a long journey together, or we simply chatted for a few hours, we formed an inseparable, miraculous bond. They're a part of me. How could you treat them like fictional characters?
Spooky.
It's disrespectful to my work, and to life itself.
The writer's resistance is so sharp that it cuts through a love's carefully constructed labyrinth easily.
But you raised the question yourself.
Oh? Is this rebuttal,
Why
I think?
do you resist receiving its answer?
He lowers his head, and for the first time, cracks appears on that indestructible mask. Oh? Oh, flashbang. My eyes. No. Oh.
They're always like this, aren't they? They throw a question at you, only to abandon it along with the fading of the era. This storm will spare no one. You've known it all along, Alice.
Oh. He going crazy. Oh. So, the red one is the physician. The white one is, I'm assuming, the idealist?
Only the timeless Panopticon can maintain control. The all-seeing tower. The perfect governing system. What a hopeless fool you are,
idealist.
Merlin. Haven't you heard what they say? There is no need to build a labyrinth when the whole world already is one. Your meaningless questions will be swept away by the tides of time, only to resurface on the shores of our minds once more. We've seen it happen. Over and over again. Surely you've realized by now, but the only true meaning can be found in literature.
This is a very nice visual though. I like it. It's like shows how crazy the situation is. And just how sick this man really is.
For over a century, literature has remained the singular, ultimate answer. This lonely cowboy is simply feeling lost at the moment. Spare us your ramblings, my dearest. You're wasting our time.
Enough.
Oh. Oh, with just a flick of a hand. Powerful. The die that reflects the heart can no longer bear its weight as it glows from within burning fissures. On the surrounding mirrors, countless reflections of Aleph appeared, each wearing a different face. They crowd into the room as a flood of ghosts.
Aleph seems
Nope,
to be in
battle.
a terrible state.
Nope.
We have to be careful. Something isn't right about that die.
I mean, yeah. Nope, battle. Hit us. Room of Desire. Nope. Oh, for a second there, I thought I was getting a full team of spirits. Let's see, Recoleta. Let's see. So I guess I don't really have any ultimate characters. I mean, I can try use Villa, I guess. Not really. I mean, the battle is gonna end sooner or later. Try. See what happens. Haven't really put pickles because they're not gonna buff Recoleta anyways, unfortunately. Let's just see what happens. Oh, a boss? I didn't expect a boss.
Stay behind me. I'll keep us safe.
What the? Wonderful. What's that? Who's this? Dialogue.
Go ahead. Keep the
My
story
idealist.
going. Carry it through until we finally feel the sweet gratification of the ending. Your endeavors are doomed to fail. There's only madness in literature and art, not transcendentality.
Okay. Goodness. Let's see. Sterile. Stereo. I don't really need this. I can just wing it actually. But we'll see. Just try.
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Campo del tiempo.
En todos los momentos.
And then I guess we can alt here. Pretty sure we can, and it's going to go to Recoleta. If I'm not mistaken,
Oh,
at
look,
least.
here's another one.
If I didn't calculate it
Regaining
wrong.
control of our bodies.
Cosmología, filosofía clásica. Nuestro aliado es la verdad.
Yeah.
La acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más. We stand together.
It's a lot of damage.
Stay away from me.
Makes sense. She's an alt.
Más allá del camino, más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Should I? I should, right?
This crunch should do. En todos los caminos, más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Yes. Tengo del tiempo.
A truly villainous moment. En la acumulación de laberintos.
No.
Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Yeah. Big damage. Oh, second phase. Oh. Just one mass now? No, not really a mass. No mass at all. Oh. Lost a lot there. Let's try to get Recoleta's cards. Here.
Me too.
Wait, no, man. Here.
Me too.
Here.
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
This'll
Tiempo.
help.
We'll find our home one day.
Boom. No, already dead.
These explorations, these fractures, they're all failures, aren't they?
Yep.
In this infinite expanse, I feel nothing but infinite sorrow.
Now, to preserve this memory
Interesting.
in our dreams.
Interesting. What happens next? Is it going to fall down or something? The chaotic battle comes to an abrupt halt.
Wait! Mr. Olive? Are you human?
I would assume so. A weird one, at least. Probably a cursed one, actually. Imagine if I'm right. It would be crazy. Soneto steps back, lowering her glass feather. Glass feather? I don't know what that word means. Probably her wand. She is shocked to realize that her opponent has no arcane skills at all. From beginning to end, all he had was the die. Huh.
Please hand over the die peacefully. Mr. Aleph, please stop resisting. It's futile.
Futile. Yes, it's all futile. The cage of rules, the ideals of literature, both are futile. Mere illusions conjured along the path to transcendentality. They all fear that they're nothing more than phantoms in someone else's dream. That reality will devour everything, including their very existence. That's why they drift further away from transcendentality. They couldn't break free from that false dream. None of them could.
Aleph stumbles as he looks up at the storyteller.
Both the physician and the idealist walked toward their own destruction, just as I expected. But your novel still has hope, Recoleta. Its ending hasn't been written yet.
Yeah.
We cannot deny that it may be the answer to achieving transcendentality.
You're not going to stop, are you? Not until you get your answer.
That answer, is it even achievable? Honestly? Like for real, asking. Is it even achievable? Like, at least to me, it doesn't look like it's achievable. Doesn't feel like it is achievable. Oh, there's a pop-up. Give me a sec. Okay. Back.
Soneto, we have no choice but to seize the die from him by force.
I wait. Soneto's arcane energy gathers at the tip of her glass feather. At this moment, the silent storyteller takes a step forward.
Enough. I said enough.
But she shakes as she reveals the notebook that has never left her side. Oh, she's writing an ending. I'm assuming that's what's happening. It's gonna end already? It's pretty short. Comparing it to other chapters. Other episodes, I guess. An unsent letter. Someone has already opened it. Perhaps the lady or perhaps the sender themselves. Open the envelope. An unsent letter. Dear Miss Recoleta, have completed reading the 6th edition of The Rise and Fall of Sanity, which you enclosed with your letter dated February 8, 1991. Below are some of my personal insights and suggestions for the story direction. I believe we are nearing the conclusion, and I sincerely hope you never lose your passion for writing. Additionally, this is February. So this is this year. So I'm assuming the year that we are in is 1991. Like this era at least. Believe we are nearing the conclusion, and I sincerely hope you never lose your passion for writing. Additionally, regarding the character of the blind weaver, the letter remains finished as it appears the correspondent encountered an unforeseen interruption. Weird for you to send this, honestly. Continue. No, I didn't. What's the boundary of fiction? Didn't read. The Expo Guadalajara 1990 last year. Guadalajara International Book Fair. People move between bookshelves and corridors, engage in heated conversation, the air filled with the mingling of multiple languages.
I'm afraid we can't publish your novel in its current state, Recoleta. We look forward to seeing more refined work from you in the future. Ah, Senor Cruz! What a pleasure to see you here. I'm an editor from the Naranja Dulce publishing house. Could you spare a moment to discuss the copyright for the Bluebird? We're huge fans of your children's literature.
I like how the voice gets away, seeing that you would assume the editor is stepping away from Recoleta. The editor leaves, hurrying after another writer, leaving Recoleta standing alone in place. The 17th publisher to reject her today. My goodness.
Hey, relax, Recoleta. Look at all the books around you. This place is heaven. You can't get down on yourself. Not here.
It's kind of sad.
There's so many writers and publishers here. It's only natural you'd be turned down 17 times. This is just the beginning.
Yeah, true. Can't give up. It's sad that this is reality for people, right? Some cases. A lot of no, never mind. The majority of the cases, you'll just never get it. Because that's just how life works. Not everyone is going to get that opportunity, and sometimes you're just gonna keep on going. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna keep on going. I like this. I like when I can relate to characters. Doesn't matter the gender, doesn't matter whatever they are. It feels so nice to relate to a character. I don't know, just feels nice. The young writer attempting to forget her 70th rejection flips through the event guide in her hands.
Now, which section should I visit next? Oh, this brochure might help.
She turns to the last page of the thick handbook, where all the invited authors and their contact details are listed.
Estupendo. An exchange of ideas between writers. Nothing could be more incredible than that.
So, the interesting thing about character designs, right? Imagine walking around in this, like it's so avant-garde. Not really, it's more like, it just looks fancy. Like, looks fancy. Like, what is this? What? Who designed your outfit? You look like not a normal person. Right? But design-wise, it looks nice, of course.
I recall James Joyce was inspired by a letter he received from Henrik Ibsen. So, maybe what I need is to find someone to share my manuscript with. But who? Tadeo Emasums. Aleph. Averroes.
That can be possible. Alep's not even here yet. He's not even there. Lima Apartments, Buenos Aires. A knock at the door interrupts her daydream. She's not even
you,
there.
Senor.
Or like, it's a memory.
Don't worry. I promise I'll catch up on the rent next month.
Oh no.
Although I must say, this apartment's hardly worth the price. The cracks on the walls must date back to the last century.
Make all the excuses you want, Ingrid. If you don't pay the rent soon, you'll either end up in that crumbling colonial building on the corner or on the street, selling oranges at the San Telmo market.
You know what's funny? You need a permit. Unless you're saying that she's working there, I guess. I don't know.
By the way, Julia told me you lost your job at the textile factory.
Oh no.
You under some kinda can't work in one place for more than 3 months, curse or something, senorita?
Oh, you don't even want to know about the terrible things that happened in that factory. All I did was lend the oppressed workers a hand.
Bah, you're just like those college kids, full of hot air. Anyway, I am not here about the rent.
Huh?
Didn't you tell me to watch out for your letters a while back, when you just returned from abroad? Well, here it is. A letter for you.
Huh. A reply letter? Oh, from Ella? The girl freezes for a moment, then snatches the letter and slams the door shut. What? Brr, girl, be more polite. So your landlord, you can straight up be kicked out. It's your landlord, my goodness. Almost buzzing with excitement as she unfolds it.
Dios mío! Someone actually wrote back to me! This is incredible! Oh, thank you so much for bringing it to me, senor.
You just slammed the door. She slits open the long traveling letter.
Dear Miss Recoleta, it's from, let's see, Aleph.
Straight down. Oh, flashbang. My eyes. Street,
Hey,
Buenos
I've been
Aires.
watching you. You're not local, are you? What are you writing?
To the girl from the beginning.
Oh, hola. You're right. I just arrived in Buenos Aires 3
Excuse me.
days ago. My trip's been a lot like a Copes tango performance. Full of twists and turns, but nothing much worth telling, really. I'm actually writing a reply to my pen pal. Long story short, I sent him a manuscript of my novel, and to my surprise, he actually wrote back. Amazing, isn't it? In our recent letters, we've been discussing how my novel lacks a key character to drive the story toward a decisive ending. So we've been debating whether to introduce a new ghost to act as a turning point for the story.
Oh, so then you're a writer? Hey, Pancho, come over here. I found an actual real-life writer.
What's the big deal?
It is.
I wrote plenty of poems in middle school.
Oh, so you're a poet. I have a feeling we're about to embark on an incredible adventure together.
And they
Are
did.
you interested in joining the visceral realism movement?
This what? I've never heard of it, but it sounds like fun.
I'm just kinda sad. There's a banner like that.
Fabuloso! We have no time to waste. Once I finish this letter, you two must join me on a journey to Ushuaia.
Ushuaia? The end of the world? Why the heck would we go to that icebox?
Oh, don't be such a downer, Pancho. Just think of the fun we'll have, the breathtaking scenery we'll see,
My
and
goodness.
the incredible stories we'll hear.
Oh, why is she so easy to follow? This stranger, they literally just met. I don't know. She's probably going through something
Hi,
herself.
Maria. I'll deal with the cold if you really want to go so badly.
By the way, could you tell us about your novel?
Of course. I'll tell you all about it on the way. Now where to begin? Alright, let's start with the cottage with the blue roof in Amalfitano. It's been 6 months since we first exchanged letters.
So 6 months. The first exchange letters on September. So September, October, November, December. I forgot what I said. September, October, November, December, January, February. So they are in January. No, that can't be because it was February. February. It was in February, right? February? Bro, I can't speak. My goodness. Well, I guess it doesn't count as September too because the end of September or something. So October, November, December. October, November, December, January, February, March. So this is March, I'm assuming. So they it just started. The commander prison just cut their, I forgot words, the rations, their supply. They just got cut away from their supplies from both the manors and the government at this very month. Interesting.
Since then, I've been traveling. First from Chile to Mexico, then from Mexico to Argentina. And I've never stopped writing. I'm not really sure what the purpose of my novel is. I just keep writing and writing. I can't stop.
Interesting.
What power
Nope.
does literature hold?
Pop,
What
pop.
responsibilities? Perhaps only by continuing to write will I understand one day.
Maybe. Or you might never understand. Recoleta flips through her notebook, every turn of the page containing a different colored letter. After their long journey, these pages of letters form a faded riddle, their handwriting long since blurred.
Aleph, you're right. I do want an ending to my novel, but not like this.
You really have no idea, do you, Recoleta?
Idea of what? What's happening? What's going to happen? Her only reader realizes she has still no grasp what is happening, forcing him to reveal the truth he has long concealed.
The rise and fall of sanity is your story.
What
Are
do
they
you
fighting?
mean?
They're gonna fight? I forgot.
You are a ghost, wandering this forsaken land,
What?
still striving to create a miracle.
No, don't tell me Recoleta isn't even alive.
You are a wandering poet,
No way.
born in Amalfitanu, the foolishly brave protagonist of the story, and the embodiment of the author herself. A reflection, yes. The author, no. You are simply a figment of her imagination, a manifestation of her dream to wander.
What?
Have you not realized it? The literary pursuits and romantic adventures you described, they are merely faded memories from 1975.
There's no way.
The poets who joined the visceral realism movement with you left Latin America long ago.
What?
Faded memories.
No. No, don't mess with my mind like this. What's happening?
As for the novel, it's yours now. A story you're writing. A story about yourself. Your departure has turned Amalfitano into a ghost town. The characters have lost their connection to you. They're gradually fading away. If the novel is destroyed, you too will cease to exist.
It can't be that novel is an effect from her arcane skill? It was mentioned that the book never left her side. Is she the book itself?
Wait, this is Miss Recoleta. Is what he said true?
She's not even real.
I know you never lie, pen pal. In your first letter, you told me that a character's role in fate must be determined from the outset and consistently adhered to throughout the story. Reading the perspective and insights of a walking encyclopedia, having such a person be willing to share their thoughts at all was an exhilarating experience. I had never imagined my novel could develop in this way. Words could hardly describe how I felt in that moment. No one but you has ever understood the story of that town, let alone offered any revisions. Following your advice, I added the bank clerk, the dune pescator, the blind weaver, and the murdered donkey driver. Amalfitano was no longer an empty town with a single blue-roofed cottage. The new ghostly residents had begun to fill the skies over it. The story was finally reaching completion. I could feel that the ending was within reach. I became increasingly eager to meet my pen pal. I couldn't get the thought out of my mind. I wasn't sure what I would say to this Aleph. A simple thank you, perhaps, or maybe a discussion about the future of Amalfitano with its soul reader.
It's kind of sad, soul reader. It's different when it's because I also write sometimes, and I have a friend that I told about the things that I write. It's different because we know each other, and then I have other friends who Recoleta, and on the other hand, she's pretty much alone, and knowing this about her, she's so alone that she doesn't even know that she's destined to be alone forever because she's not even real to begin with. She was born to be alone because she was born by the concept of being alone or something, because she's not even alive, she's not even real.
Or maybe I'm no different from everyone else. Led up the garden path by fate. But even if I am a ghost, as you say, an incarnation of someone else, a fictional being,
wouldn't that make her not? I need to check later in the character thing, because if she's a ghost, then she won't be human,
So
maybe
what?
she won't also be Arcanist, like a normal Arcanist at all. She'll be a spirit, right? Like a ghost. I need to check later.
my resolve will not waver, even if my existence is bound to fade away. Because this isn't what literature is supposed to be. You once told me there isn't an ounce of reality in fiction, only voids and glorified lies.
Yeah, like I said, at some point, everything is fictional, aside from biographies.
Let me tell you this. Whether real or fictional, corporeal or intangible, I have accepted my existence. Now, let's put a stop to this, Aleph.
Nope, another fight. It's just a... Nope, no one. What?
The
Oh,
inmates aren't characters in my novel. They're people trapped in a prison. Just as you are.
no way.
By simulating my story here, you have made me into some kind of god.
What?
A guilty, false creator. A dictator of fate. I never wanted any of this.
That's crazy. I didn't see that coming at all. Thank good Amalfitano. We're in the book. Still crazy, by the way. Going back. Pickles. There. And then another support. I guess. No. Cheater, I guess. You're pretty other.
Preparation completed.
I have all the essentials for writing poetry. You, me, and our opponent.
¡Lo veo! ¡La frecuencia perfecta! ¡La admirable aleatoriedad del destino!
Talking about the dice?
Creo que lo he encontrado. La fuente del dado de Babilonia.
Las deudas de los muertos. Esas facturas. Todas han sido hechas trizas. Ya no estoy atrapado.
What?
Desde el día en que perdí la vista, nunca imaginé que la rueda giratoria volviera a girar.
What in the world? So these are the characters, right? It should be. They're ghosts. Spooky. Very spooky.
To the right.
En todos los momentos.
Let me just...
Leave it to me.
To the left.
Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Tempo. Let me just...
To the right.
En todos los momentos. Más allá del concepto mundano del tiempo.
Should work.
Loaded.
Regaining control of our bodies.
Idealismo. Vuelos de fantasía. Nuestro aliado es la verdad. En la acumulación de laberintos. Suéltalo todo una vez más.
Please, take good care of yourself.
Take a deep breath.
What did I lost? I don't wanna ask. They should no. This one.
Like cupping the moon in the palm
Then
of
this
my
one.
hand.
El camino a Tlón.
Termino Atlon.
Leave it to me.
Like cupping
El camino a Tlón.
Termino
Loaded.
Atlon.
I will help you.
I am the waves in the ocean.
Oh,
and the
never mind.
stars
Gonna
in the
die.
sky.
They're gonna die because it's an ultimate. Oh well. Yep. I'd assume so. Should have made the
Fieldwork
Dracula as
went
ultimate.
smooth. I look forward to our next
I forgot
cooperation.
those things cannot dodge ultimates. Nope. Ghosts. Shattered words and ghostly illusions roared forth, breaking free from the story's structure and the gaps between its lines, filled with regret and obsession. But, so you're saying the real Recoleta is still the author in 1975, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it's like 1975. So, she straight up just... I mean, I'm assuming it's her arcane skill still for it to just create her again just to finish the novel. It's interesting though. Oh, that's kind of sad. Wait, no, never mind. The one that I'm still looking for. Imagine she never got to find someone, and like her real self never got to find someone to make her book, and then after that, the book just creates her again, just for her to keep on struggling to find another author. But then again, she did find someone to talk to, which is LF. Still, the fact that now we know that there's a probability that the real Recoleta never had the chance to actually experience all this. It's kind of sad. Stone letter, I think we read it. Stone letters and book pages flutter in the air like snow in a crystal globe on a winter night. Everything is quiet.
Huh? Miss Recoleta has vanished. Did she really cease to exist like Aleph said?
I would assume so.
Recoleta.
That's sad. What happened to Aleph? What's that? Is there an epilogue or something? At least there should be an epilogue. I would hope so. Oh, it's the jailer. Then there's Roberta and the other prisoners. Hey, is that like a foundation official? I would assume so. Huh, interesting. Then this star book fair guide, a great marketplace of ideas and knowledge. Take a look. Oh, it's the pamphlet. that she mentioned. Oh, it's a number of people. It's every person that is invited. See, B section works guide. When the Bluebird was in Cruz Children's Literature Editor's Review, a children's book, but not just for children. Viewing the world from a different perspective reveals an entirely new reality. Number 2, Fox Beneath the Sky, Tadeo, the Social Literature Editor's Review, a classical intellectual autobiography offering profound reflections on the nature of time. Number 3, Blood Monster Averos, horror fiction editor's review, undoubtedly the finest novel about vampiric creatures this century, a 300-year tale of immortality, jealousy, and humanity. Attending authors contact information: Tadeo Emalson's Aleph Averos. I think I remember reading that. Averos summary report. Anyways, part 17, Ghosts of the Past. Beneath the earth, those who were never granted nor marble nor memories, the memorials called out her name. She does not hesitate. She did not hesitate indeed. My goodness. Ghosts of the past beneath the earth, those who were never granted marble nor memorials called out her name. So no grave, no memorials. It's kind of sad. She just wait. She's here. Why is she? Why is she there? She's not supposed to be there. She's not real. An unknown night, the wind carries the cold. Carries the cold desolation of the desert. In the cottage with a blue roof, a girl dreams of a circular prison. Then she wakes. This is word by word the first thing that she written in the part just now, right? In the part before this, she mentioned this when she was first writing the first idea reviewing. Brainstorming, yeah. Speed reading.
Qué sueño más extraño.
Oh, she changed outfits.
El sabor de la realidad, tan amargo y triste. Pero lleno de pensamiento dialéctico. Tal vez la gente del panóptico reflejaba mis pensamientos internos.
She looks around, surveying the cobweb corner where stacks of manuscripts have piled up to the ceiling and over empty ink bottles collecting dust.
Entonces realmente soy un personaje en la novela. La misteriosa cabaña con el techo azul fue mi hogar todo el tiempo. Entonces, los rumores que los fantasmas propagaron eran realmente eso. Rumores.
Oh wait, I forgot. I had a thought to check the roof or the set piece, right? I was about to look at the roof, see what color it is. I'll look at it after this. If it's blue, then it's a hint. The young writer stepped out of her room and into the streets of the familiar yet foreign desert town. Oh, Bobs. Countless nameless characters and ghosts arrive upon hearing the news, filling the road and skies.
Bienvenida de nuevo a Amalfitano, querida escritora.
Gracias, querido ícono del capitalismo. Pero, ¿no desgarré esta novela en pedazos?
True. The woman wearing a peculiar hat steps forward.
Verás, Amalfitano es una dimensión más allá de la vida y la muerte.
Huh. The paracausality researcher.
Este pueblo es un reflejo de tus pensamientos internos. Es incorpóreo.
No puedes desgarrar algo incorpóreo en pedazos.
I mean, yeah, if it's not a physical thing, you can't destroy it, right?
La literatura es infinita y atemporal, como un río que fluye a través de la vida y la muerte.
No me extraña que seas mi personaje favorito. Nunca dejas de iluminarme.
Desafortunadamente, la literatura es una vocación peligrosa e inútil. Nadie entiende realmente, ni siquiera recuerda tu trabajo. ¿Recuerdas el dicho? Los únicos verdaderamente muertos son aquellos que han sido olvidados. Recoleta, desaparecerás para siempre si dejas a Malfitano otra vez. Será como si nunca hubieras existido.
Wait, so there's a possibility that Recoleta is just a character in the book. So like Recoleta is not even the person that wrote the book. The person that wrote the book is already gone. Recoleta is just a character in the book that popped out in pursuit of the ending of the book. Okay, that's kind of crazy. I kind of like that. I kind of dig that. Spooky. Okay. Very interesting though.
Siempre he admirado tu pensamiento crítico, señor. Encaja perfectamente con tu rol.
Rough hands grasp the writer's palm, feeling at the lines etched into her skin.
Todo estará bien, Recoleta.
Oh, the blind weaver.
Lo que sea que haya pasado, ahora has regresado. Eso es lo que importa. El dado de Babilonia rodará de nuevo. Y cada uno de nosotros obtendrá nuestros finales.
How is this book? The crowd erupts in cheers. It doesn't make sense still, because how is the book connected to the Die of Babylon? Right? The story itself doesn't make sense.
Así es. Resuelve el asesinato en el bar y pon mi alma en paz.
Libera al pueblo de la locura infligida por el antiguo espíritu.
Arregla la aleatoriedad del dado de Babilonia y aplana la frecuencia catastrófica.
She never rolled a die, except for that one time in the present, no? Is this another illusion? The young writer takes a step forward. Everyone, the living and the ghost, watches expectantly.
Entonces, el final que he estado buscando es el que el otro yo no pudo darme. El yo que se lanzó de cabeza a la lucha contra un poder invencible. El yo que finalmente dejó esta tierra. Después de todo este tiempo, finalmente he encontrado mi final.
She grabs the gleaming die of Babylon. Oh, flashback. Goodness. Looking away.
Solo un lanzamiento más. Y todo habrá terminado. Mi historia. Mi pueblo. Todo finalmente llegará a su fin. Pero el sueño sobre el panóptico también terminará, ¿verdad?
She stops.
Oh, cariño. Es solo un sueño. Ah, no me digas que estás abandonando tu búsqueda de toda la vida por un miserable sueño.
Este sueño es cruel. Nadie entiende esta gran novela ahí ni este pueblo asombroso.
Pero aquí, eres una verdadera escritora. Este es tu hogar, Recoleta.
Pero ya extraño a mis amigos en ese sueño. Existe, así como este lugar existe.
So, to them, the characters in the book, she was sleeping all this time. But to her, she was living another life, in another reality that is technically the actual reality. Oh, I kind of like that. It's like a different perspective altogether.
Pero nosotros también somos tus amigos, Recoleta.
Podrías desaparecer si dejas a Malfitano. ¿Estás segura de que quieres irte?
The young writer puts down the die in her hand. The die that signifies the end of everything vanishes into the sandy wind.
Sabéis cómo soy, queridos amigos. He pasado mi vida emprendiendo aventuras tontas y no recompensadas.
Now that I think about it, has she ever eaten? It was never specified if she had ever eaten, right? I mean, to be fair, neither had Sonato and Burton. So
Así soy yo, ¿verdad? Amalfitano es, en efecto, un lugar ideal. Un lugar para vagar, para un viaje corto y para perderse un rato.
never mind, I forgot at the beginning. She literally like drank a lot with her friends like Maria and the other guy.
Y tiene ustedes, mis amigos ficticios, a quienes quiero tanto. Pero debo regresar a mi sueño y ver a mis amigos ahí. Ellos son igual de importantes para mí.
It's kind of crazy. The fact that you're not even real, you're just a fictional character, but you became real. Living a life as a person, though you are still a fictional character. It's crazy. It's a crazy I like that crazy concept. As they hear her words, the ghosts of the town smile with relief.
Sí, tienes razón, Recoleta. No se puede negar que eres un alma noble y apasionada. Cada uno de nosotros lo sabe.
También eres nuestra querida amiga. ¿Por qué te detendremos de hacer lo que realmente deseas?
Everyone makes way for her as a path into a boundless void unfolds.
Te deseamos lo mejor, Recoleta. Buenas noches, querida. Que tu sueño sea dulce esta vez.
Gracias a todos, mis amigos. Nunca los olvidaré.
So to them, she slept forever, basically. It's kind of crazy. The girl wipes the tear from her eyes and steps into the looming darkness. All is silent as she enters the barren land. There is only the faint sound of footsteps echoing against a vast and empty darkness.
I've read your work, Señorita Recoleta. To be frank, it lacks both depth and breadth. This town of yours is still far from reflecting the complexity of society, and the narrative lacks a discerning perspective. It still needs some work if you want it to truly resonate with our audience. Just go for it, Señorita. You're at a perfect age to explore, experience, and learn.
Time wheels, and at last the girl feels her existence again within the void. She reclaims her voice.
What's happening to me?
1,000 or perhaps countless faces emerges before her again.
Ah, of course. The rise and fall of sanity is my story. So, even though the novel's been destroyed, the story, and myself along with it, lives on in the minds of those who read it. Thank you for your feedback, editor. Even here in this great expanse of darkness, I can still hear your words. You have my gratitude. Thank you for reading my novel, even if you didn't understand it, and likely never will.
This is a crazy last words. She navigates a labyrinth of words and the endless expanse of mirrored waters, the darkness surging toward her like a rush of waves on a dark night, making her presence feel heavier.
Honestly, I find your story totally fascinating, but I'm still struggling to understand the connections between all these nameless characters. Couldn't you make it clearer? Like a movie?
This is Maria.
Typical. Trust a writer to try to be all obscure and mysterious.
Maria, Pancho, you guys are the best traveling pals I've ever had.
Our paths may diverge in the future, but the joyful memories of our journey across grasslands, snowfields, and deserts together will remain forever.
It's so crazy how they manage that though.
It's been great coming along with you. You're totally one of a kind. We'll be waiting for you at my aunt's vineyard. A little sun after a hard day's work will do you good.
The passionate companions wave to her, never looking back as they continue forward. The girls' steps are no longer weightless. With every step she takes, they feel heavier and more real. She lingers inside the infinite mass and the mirror, the boundless universe filling her with both confusion and illusion.
There is ambition in her writing. It's passionate and poetic, fractured and chaotic. But when viewed as a whole, her work feels like little more than a superficial illusion. It lacks the depth to truly touch the soul. I will refrain from offering further comments until she stops romanticizing her childish adventures.
To put it bluntly, her phraseology feels overly deliberate to the point of distortion. Her verbiage is like a collection of vague sentiment bubbles.
Oh, Chocolata. Ghost.
I see, Aleph. Then this is how you really feel about my novel?
1,000 readers will interpret a story 1,000 different ways. Some believe the text itself is dead, and it is the reader who gives it life. The truth cannot be fully conveyed through words alone. That said, I think The Rise and Fall of Sanity is a good story.
Her heart skips a beat. Within this paradise that harbors the boundless histories and mysteries of humanity.
Paradise is a library of sorts. Just like
She only finds a mirror that shows her reality as it truly is.
Or is this just another reflection of my inner thoughts?
It's a library.
I like it here. It's nice being surrounded by literature. But it's time to go back to reality.
Crazy. I like this actually. I'm enjoying it.
You're right about literature, Dorside Beggar. It is a dangerous and futile calling, but I still believe in it.
The investigators from the Foundation breathe a sigh of relief together. Huh? Recoleta's reappearance is as sudden as her disappearance. Soneto hasn't even had time to wipe the tears from the corners of her eyes.
Recoleta, you're back!
Oh, the reinforcement team.
I'm so glad to see you're safe.
What happened?
And I'm so glad to see you two worried sick about me. Thanks, mis mejores amigas Soneto y Vertin.
It's like... Oh yeah, what I meant by that is like what happened in reality. She just literally technically exploded into pieces. The reborn writer turns to the prisoners sitting dejected nearby.
See, Aleph? I still exist.
Somehow.
Amalfitano is gone. It's all over. You're simply a wandering ghost now, never to return home again. You may still exist, but Amalfitano will never get its ending. You have nullified its existence, rendering all of this meaningless. I'm sorry I couldn't answer your question. I have failed once again.
His die falls to the ground, once used to construct a beautiful dream. Now whatever magic it held has dissipated. So the artifact just no longer works?
Amalfitano and the Panopticon were two parts of a whole. With Amalfitano gone, Komala no longer has any reason to exist.
Huh. The whole, the entire person? Oh, like, what?
I'm
Can't
sorry,
be.
Aleph. You, who know all the mysteries of the world, who seek answers to every question, have lost yourself in the process. You can answer everyone else's questions, but never your own. Who's the person behind that mask? Is he real? Does he still exist?
That's kind of crazy. It's kind of now that I just remember it back. Soneto asked Aleph if he's even human, and then it was revealed that Recoleta is the one that isn't even human. We're still not sure if Aleph is even human or not, but still crazy the fact that Recoleta is not even human from the first place. In the first place.
Am I?
Good question. The waiting ending to the story leaves the prisoner still trapped in a blurred illusion, exhausted. Komala prison groans like an aging water wheel struggling under its own weight, distorting, fading, and collapsing into the currents of his mind.
Stay vigilant, everyone. This is just like when the idealist and the physician had their meltdown.
Oh.
Only this time, it seems even worse.
Oh, that's not good.
I think Aleph is trying to tear down the Panopticon.
Oh, beyond the crumbling walls, a shivering figure is faintly visible. He grips a gun tightly, the black barrel shaking in his hands. It is aimed at the people in the room. What?
Freeze! Stay where you are.
Who's this? Who's that? Hey. Kind of crazy. I'll keep going. Armed with literature.
Take a deep breath, soldier. The smoke's cleared now. This story, this battle, will soon come to an end. A writer has departed from her domain, leaving her creation scattered behind her, like blood-soaked bandages and fragmented skulls in the trenches. What a garbled mess.
I don't understand it at all. I think I don't understand. It's hard. I don't understand it at all.
Glad we're on the same page. Thank heavens my commander wasn't some kind of literature. Else I'd have been blown to bits before I could decipher their poetic orders.
You've developed a sense of humor.
Well, it's all thanks to a certain writer. The embodiment of the wandering poet and traveler from Santiago to Buenos Aires. She impressed me with her precious experience as a cafe dishwasher and campground caretaker.
Is he talking about Recoleta?
What really rekindled my sense of humor was her seriousness about her literary pursuits. You'd understand what I mean if you'd ever heard a cheesy joke at a comrade's graveside. Drawing strength from her wanderings and rebellious exploits, she attempted to change society, wielding the sword of literature as a revolutionary intellectual and a leader of thought. Some would hail her as a battle angel of Latin America, with words as piercing as bullets and poems as powerful as tactical bombers.
I doubt literature has such a profound impact. I believe in the power of literature. I believe in the power of literature.
You stand firm in your beliefs, huh? Well, maybe that's a good thing. A commander has to trust their soldiers, or they'll be forced to surrender before long.
That's the thing, right? I do believe that literature is, I like the power of literature. I believe that literature does have power, but it's not to everyone, of course, because not many people like to read anyways. Like the majority of people don't read not really the majority, I guess. A lot of people don't like to read, or like they don't enjoy reading. I, for one, like it, but I do understand that not everyone likes literature, likes reading even. So like, it's funky. It is still power. It does still hold power to change and all that, but not for everyone, of course. At some point, that power is not really, at least in this day and age, at least, it's not that big of a power compared to like back then, where people are more keen to seek education, like seek information, seek literature, because literature is knowledge, yada yada. They just you stand firm in your wait. Oh, he already said it. Yeah, he already said it. Yeah.
Here, come closer. Let me tell you a secret. Many, if not all, people foolishly think it's the executioner who drops the guillotine blade, the powder that fires the bullet. While they're half right, they're substantially inaccurate. Craters on the battlefield aren't the result of bombs, but a clashing of ideologies. A trigger pulled long before the powder ever ignited in the barrel. As for literature, well, it's probably best not to buy too much into the Latin American boom. Forget about the status report from earlier. That said, at least there's one thing that's certain. Books can bite back, and they'll leave scars.
Complete. Nice. Alright. I'll assume this is the last one. Was it 19? I forgot. I believe there is 18. No. No, it is. It's the at least this is the last fighting one. Yeah, I'm guessing this is the last fighting one. In praise. Oh wait, yeah. Is it? I mean, technically that's blue. It's either blue or green. So I'm guessing this could potentially be her bedroom. In like this is her house. This is Recoletta's house in the. I forgot the name. Like the house in the book at least. Alright. Part 18 in praise of Folie. Folie. A tiny boat adrift upon a sea of ideals, convinced it has hoisted its sail. Scap. In praise of Folie. The prisoner steps out from behind the wall, a weapon held in his shaking hand.
I was just setting up my
Garcia.
exit when everything started shaking. Then I realized it wasn't just my imagination. So I followed the cracks in the wall and found my way here.
Why? I mean, we already knew that they have weapons. Straight up a gun is great. Wait, is he the one that shot the idealist?
I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but something's happening to the Panopticon, isn't it?
His panicked hand shifts the gun towards Aleph, who has collapsed on his side.
Are you the physician? Or is it Aleph? Whoever you are, please restore the Panopticon to the way it was. I'm begging you.
Wait, so was I wrong? Like there's no backup yet? It's just dimension I forgot the words again. The Dimension Foundation workers are just the two.
You can do that, right?
Yep, silence. The mind that once created infinity now watches as it falls back into nothing before him.
Why? Why aren't you doing anything, damn it? Why is this happening? Oh, the die. If you won't help me, then I'll do it myself.
Oh no. The prisoner in desperation lunges forward.
Calm down, Garcia.
No, fighting Garcia now? I would assume so. Room of desire. Alright. Just be a 4-person battle? I don't think so.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
It's supposed to be Garcia. I would assume so. Garcia. Other self? Huh.
To the left.
Woohoo! Take off!
Listen. Please, allow me.
Unbreakable!
What? What? Why is he taking a damage at all? What in the world? On the first round, so this is my chance.
Perfectly understood. Listen up. Feel my dark embrace.
No, never mind. I thought it was gonna be far worse.
You did it! That's great!
Nice, continue.
Timekeeper, he's...
Garcia, weakened by his long confinement, is easily knocked to the ground, unable to withstand even the slightest touch of arcane skill.
Why? Why is this happening to me? I was so close. So close to completing the exhibition.
Can't you see, Garcia? There's no one controlling this place now. You're free. It isn't the die that's trapped you, nor is it the walls of this prison. It's the rules, and that overpowering gaze from the central tower. But now that's all gone. You can go outside. You can set up your exhibit anywhere you want. No need to stay stuck in this.
I gotta see what's going on. So what I'm assuming is he was so accustomed to being in prison, being in control, no, being controlled, and under the gaze of the watchtower, that he can't find a life without that sense of being watched, sense of being controlled. Basically, a toxic relationship, basically. Looking back on all that he has lost, the artist cuts her off.
No, Señorita Recoleta. You've seen the world out there. You know as well as I that there's nowhere else I can go but here. This is the only place in the world where I can hold my exhibit.
It's worse, honestly.
And you've ruined it. You've ruined everything.
Yeah. I get it.
This room's about to collapse. We've got to leave. Mr. Garcia, do you need a hand?
I can take care of myself, thank you. I'll go a different way. I have to go back and finish setting up my exhibit.
He drags himself forward with trudging steps, retracing his path to leave.
Burton, what about Aleph? We can't just leave him here.
Of course not. We still have questions he needs to answer.
Yeah. But Doris?
Sinetto, help me get him up.
Most
Let's
likely.
get out of here.
It's most likely about Doris.
Yes, Timekeeper.
It'd be so funny if you just said that she already left months ago, something. The dejected prisoner looks at Sonata with confusion.
Your words are always at odds with your thoughts. You carry an ocean of questions, yet never reveal even a single drop of them. Why have you never shared your doubts? Why do you stay silent in the face of everything and everyone around you?
I believe in my duty.
Oh, she's talking to Sonata. The prisoner shifts his gaze to the other Foundation investigator.
As for you, paracausality researcher,
Huh.
You're different from any other seeker of answers. Even on a desperate, near-hopeless journey, your heart holds little doubt.
Perhaps not every question needs an answer, Mr. Aleph.
Is that so?
The prisoner, so used to answering others' questions, seems to have run into one of his own, but unfortunately, no one is here to answer it. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Ah, that's pretty short chapter. Part 19. Read. Oh, no. Dialogue.
Look. It's sinking.
Ship of Fools.
Corpses float on the planks, and the fleeing prisoners are swimming toward the shore. Time to abandon ship.
What ship?
One that was exiled to a desolate corner of the ocean by the resplendent civilized world.
Huh.
It's both a prison and a sanitarium. Are any of your friends aboard? If so, you might find the following report a little offensive. Dregs of society. Human scum. These are the terms used to describe its eccentric passengers. To be fair, they do lack discipline and independence. But that may well be a response to the heavy pain they've endured. Some theorists suggest that they're innocent victims, trapped in the confines between rationality and irrationality, defined and redefined by historians as they please. But let's ditch the theories and simplify things. The moment the shackle called madness was fastened around their necks, whether they were truly mentally ill or not, their lives were forever scarred. And now, the mad passengers are storming the shore.
Favorable outcome. They're spreading their disease. Spreading disease.
But one can gain immunity through controlled infection. The disease can become its own vaccine. Just be aware of the ignorant commander who defies a wandering lunatic in pursuit of a little knowledge. Let's dig deeper. Scavenge through the messy battlefield for dog tags. Were these people born mad?
Nah.
After watching the inhabitants of this earth tear each other apart in one war after another, I've concluded this. Only knowledge drives people to madness. Ignorance does not. Madness is a side effect of the sedative that is knowledge. As long as those on land continue to consume it, this ship will never be short on recruits. This is a war between madness and civilization. Both sides have leveled accusations, spilled blood, and pummeled each other. And soon, everyone will have leapt into the trenches and been beaten to a bloody pulp. Only a few can escape this fate.
Like who?
Check your 6.
What does that mean?
The one leaning against the sunken ship, showing no signs of struggle or sorrow. Garcia.
Six as in... Check behind you, I guess?
The seawater has flooded his windpipe and reddened his eyes. Yet there he is, staring blankly at the shore. He's in his home base. He holds no hope for forgiveness from his enemies. Not in the slightest. He's a one-man army, fighting only for himself. Alone.
He's trapped in his own hand, I'm assuming.
Now, do a 360 and look again. He's been utterly defeated.
Yeah. I can see that. Alright, last chapter, I'm assuming. Should I do this? Should I end stream? Imagine. Anyways, part 19. Part 19. Aspects of madness. Dreams are the first and last dance partner of madness. Nope.
Dear Erd,
Huh?
why are you so interested in the Panopticon of Kamala? Dear Mr. Aleph, whether as a doctor or a writer, I simply cannot turn a blind eye to the friction around me.
Especially the discord and injustice I have witnessed here in Kamala. So, I would ask of you a question. Is there any way to resolve the endless conflicts in this place?
To put an end to this, a true ending is required. Your arrival has made it possible for this simulation to have an ending, or rather, a victory.
By the way, I really like this art style. I don't know why, just nice to look at, honestly.
What do you mean by victory? I'd appreciate it if you could clarify in simple terms. If this victory comes at the cost of any inmate's life, I'm afraid I cannot accept it. I also have another question for you. If I leave, will the stories and conflicts here come to an end?
Miss Grace of Manus Vindicte will grant you passage. But in any case, the cycle of history will continue to repeat itself in this prison, and in the entire world. The sins of humankind will not cease until veins turn to wires, flesh and bone to geometric shapes, and the world around us twists in the colors of an oil painting.
I must say, your words have left me rather baffled. Fragments of the events you describe often appear in my dreams. Could it be that these things really happened? If that's the case, why can't I recall the details? Why am I left with only disconnected pieces? The madness in Kamala. These bizarre dreams. I must put an end to them. What have I forgotten? Has someone or something altered my memory? I can't shake the feeling that something crucial to me has been lost in the river of time. Some kind of duty, perhaps. What should I do? How can I recapture what I have lost?
I won't answer a question that already has an answer. One given to you by the person who escorted you here and made you a promise. You're so close to the place where the truth lies. Think carefully. Why are you here?
These letters we found have answered a great deal. But there's still something that isn't clear. Mr. Aleph, what exactly did the Manus promise Dr. Dorez?
An era. A chance for her to remember her duty.
An era? You helped her leave the Panopticon in the end. Where did she go?
Momentarily roused from his dream, the prisoner looks blankly for a moment before his gaze drifts back toward the distant illusion.
Southward.
Southward.
There, on the No Man's continent, Manus Vindicte is preparing to recreate the parable of the past and future.
In the world?
A glorious past and a glimmering future belonging to Arcanus.
Oh no.
Dr. Dorez is deeply connected to this particular parable.
What exactly are the Manus planning to do in Antarctica?
Oh, is the destination Antarctica then? I would assume so.
And why would Dr. Dorez go there voluntarily?
The information revealed stirs unease in the hearts of the investigators from the Foundation.
Mr. Aleph, when did Dr. Dorez depart?
It was a day when both the clouds and sun were visible.
Okay, when though?
A day when both the clouds and sun were visible. Could you be more specific?
Specific? You mean the time of day?
Yeah. What do you... My god. Writers, am I right? His mind long ago lost any sense of time, a necessary exchange to make room for an infinite cosmos of words. He once again finds himself without an answer. No
Both
way.
clouds and the sun were visible. Hey, Vertin, I think I know. It was 3 days ago. Then Dr. Doris wasn't going to Comala on the day I met her. She was leaving. She was headed to Antarctica. It was cloudy that afternoon, with a brief spell of sunshine, just like Aleph described.
Then it hasn't been long since she left. Excellent news.
3 days. If we set off immediately, we might still catch up to her.
There's no way.
But, based on the intel we gathered in Ushuaia, Manus Vindicte bombed the entire port 3 days ago.
What?
Clearly, they wanted to prevent any interference from the Foundation. It's unlikely we'll find any functioning ships there. I'll report the situation to the Buenos Aires branch. Timekeeper, I'm afraid we'll have to find another way to get there.
I have a boat.
A boat? So random. A small boat gifted by Manus Vindicte. During the past several stores, he has taken this boat traveling to Antarctica at Manus Vindicte's invitation to evade the revolution.
Could you lend it to us?
Yeah.
The situation's urgent, Mr. Aleph.
So you're telling me that he had gone through a storm himself? I would assume so. Secret dock, Ushuaia. Beneath the decrypted lighthouse? Or decrepit lighthouse? I don't know. A battered little boat bobs in sync with the waves. It is small and fragile, not the kind that seems capable of braving an icy sea.
This boat will automatically take you to McMurdo Port, the landing point Manus Vindicte established by the shores of the Ross Sea.
Soneto's eyes? I'm assuming. No. Soneto eyes the boat with skepticism, rightfully distrusting this advisor of Manus Vindicte. I'm gonna wait
This
to.
looks like Manus technology. Its arcane energy source is highly unstable. Timekeeper, I suggest we wait for support in Ushuaia.
I don't usually agree with Soneto, but I have to admit, I don't have much confidence that a boat this small can actually make it to Antarctica.
That's a crazy mission, not gonna lie. Are they going with Recoleta?
Mr. Aleph, do you know anything about Manus Vindicte's ritual? How far has it progressed?
The ritual could begin at any moment. I believe that's why they left Kamala. Upon departure, one of their members, a woman named Grace, told me they would seal off the sea.
Huh?
Are we too late?
If you wish to find Doris, you must follow the same path she took.
I mean, yeah. Makes sense. The distant drone of the raging waves filled their background like a repeating omen.
I see. Mr. Aleph, members of the Foundation branch will arrive soon to evaluate your condition. I hope you'll answer their questions with the same patience you showed us. Thank you. Soneto, let's go.
Yes, Timekeeper.
As always, Soneto keeps any mission irrelevant worries to herself. The girls preparing to set sail turn to the younger writer beside them.
Thank you for your assistance too, Recoleta. Perhaps you'll consider joining the...
Thunderous crash echoes from behind them, the sound of a collapsing building. Oh,
What was that? It came from the Panopticon.
the whole building just collapsed? No, cutscene? Question mark? To be continued. Another one? That was the end of it. What in the world? What's that? Oh, here we go. Our journey to and fro. Our journey to and fro. There is a passage. There is a passage here. Its author unknown. Listen within. I return once more to Kamala prison. To me, this massive cage is no longer an inescapable labyrinth. When I left, the lady from Manus Vindicte did not stop me, yet I could still feel her gaze. So sorrowful, so blurred, so cold, never once shifting away from me. On the streets of Ushuaia, a young girl pointed me back toward the prison. That severe, that severed thread tugged at my heart, and I knew with certainty that my mission lay here. If I were placed before fate, my my life and death would seemingly follow a predetermined path to its distant end. And as I walk this path, I must carry not even a shred of hesitation. It is time to speak with the Aleph, the one who answers all questions. Who, who is this? Did not stop me, so can't be. Is this supposed to be? I'm guessing this is Doris. Could only be Doris, no? Let me just delete this pop-up. God damn it! Give me a sec. Go. Let me check. Everything's fine. Doing fine. All right. Part 20. In the place of my ash. What? Okay. As day breaks, the story ends where the ashes rest. In the end, the night is not eternal. Start. I'm gonna have to leave after this. After this part, I'm gonna have to leave. Even if there's another part, I have to leave. Unfortunately. Blazing flames reflect in their eyes, just like the name of this island might suggest. It just exploded. Oh, I didn't expect a full-on explosion. A winter night stands sentinel over a great conflagration as every brick of Kamala President crumbles and falls.
With Aleph's control gone, Komala is collapsing. The inmates aren't even real criminals, are they? And they're still in there with no clue that they're no longer being watched from the central tower. We have to go tell them. We have to get them to safety.
Yes, we should help them get out. At least until support arrives. But the Manus ritual.
Better boats ways within their sight.
Don't worry. I'll go alone.
What?
Huh? You should hurry. When this is all over, I'll write to you, my dear friend.
Where are you writing this letter to? Why are you sending it?
During this journey together, our teamwork has been impeccable. So, you can trust me to do this.
Good luck.
I'm not doing it just to help you or the organization you represent. I'm doing it because the inmates are my friends.
Okay, I trust you. Take care of yourself, Recoleta.
But if the storm truly is imminent, as Dr. Merlin said, then, Miss Recoleta, you'll...
Soneto, more familiar than anyone with the nation's exhaustive regulations, has no real answers. She knows that in this era, before those arcanists who remain ignorant of the truth, she must watch her words.
I don't quite understand what this storm is all about. But don't worry. A brand new adventure is the best thing that can happen to a writer. And I doubt it'll surpass the epic adventures we've shared over the past couple of days. I'm going to write everything, including the two of you, into my new novel.
Please don't die.
Then I'd like to be the first
Please
to
no,
read this
please
new
don't.
novel,
Forever, bye
if
bye.
that's alright.
It's nice.
Of course. Listen, I believe literature is like an endless, timeless river. So we'll meet again someday, somewhere. Probably in someone else's story. Who knows?
She takes one last look at her new friends, feeling a longing as if they had known each other for decades. Then, without a backward glance, the girl sprints back to the burning ruins of the
Adios,
prison.
mis queridos amigos.
Oh, cutscene. This over a burning building is crazy. Crazy music. I like it though. Chill. Oh, that's her. Oh, she's holding up a... Are they dancing? Oh, there's Octavia. This is such a nice song. What's happening? Those dust and ashes looks more like sparkles. And in anime, sparkles ain't good. All the visitors depart, one after another. Amid the distant echo of singing, the creator of this prison stares into the fire as it burns. The moment holds for a time until a breathless jaguar appears at the dock's edge, staring at the human before her with uncertainty. She's still alive. I thought she was gone.
Dr. Merlin, you're Dr. Merlin, right? I finally found you. What on earth happened in the central tower? Right after I left, the whole Panopticon started collapsing. The tower's in ruin. I've been looking for you everywhere. Please, sir, come with me. It isn't safe.
Don't tell me.
That won't be necessary. The snow is still falling. Yet everything in the labyrinth has already gone up in flames. Fortune, fate, karma. They're nothing but a ridiculous joke. It's over, Jaguar. You have lost your memories, your identity, your name, and now your title. You are no longer a jailer trapped in the Panopticon.
No way. No way. No way. Don't tell me. She's just a jaguar. Nah. Is she even an Arcanist then?
I don't get it, Dr. Merlin. What are you talking about?
The jailer takes a step back, her predator instincts sensing the danger in the wars to come. The damage may not be physical, but it threatens to shatter that little faith she has left to hold on to. And the life she has always known.
I'm going back to Komala. Order must be maintained. The prisoners mustn't be allowed to escape. Please take care, Dr. Merlin.
That's actually sad. No, are the prisoners even real then? Nerves torn between panic and hesitation, the jailer at last turns toward the searing flames.
Hey, you! Don't run off like that. It's dangerous.
No one heeds her cries. One prisoner after another flees in terror, escaping the crumbling labyrinth.
In deserts, in stars,
What?
in labyrinths.
Writers, man, writers.
We dream on death's straw pillow.
The jailer drifts through the raging scene, unable to steer a sensible course. At last, she spins down a frail and powerless prisoner beneath her weight.
Stop! Get off me! Let me go!
Oh, Roberta.
Are you blind? The Panopticon is falling apart! It's you, Roberta.
The jailer recognizes the prisoner under her grip. Roberta, a kind and quiet prisoner, always well-behaved, now panicked and desperate to escape.
They are all mad! I knew it! They've been insane from the start!
I mean, yeah.
burning to the ground and they still won't leave. They're still talking and talking about things that no one cares about.
Oh my god. Was I right? Was I right? She and Octavia, I guess Octavia is still dancing, so she's out of the picture. So Roberta is the only one that's actually the least, no, at least the sanest one out of all of them. That's crazy.
I can't help them. I never understood what they were talking about. The rhythms, the factions, the ideologies.
Oh, she was never into it to begin with.
Yes, the people were nice. The idealists too, but I've had enough of this prison. I've had enough of the Panopticon.
That's crazy. She was playing it all this time. She collapses onto the ground sobbing.
I never should have joined these movements. It was all meaningless from the beginning. I want to leave this place. Go to Spain or France. Anywhere but here. I want to go back to Magdalena.
The jaguar releases a grip. Without a backwards glance, Roberta leaves. This is crazy. That's a bit. Oh, the jailer steps back into the circular structure she knows as her only home. That's a crazy frame. Under the night sky, she sees Kamala prison glowing like a brilliant bonfire. That's crazy. That's a crazy ending. Street Ushuaia. 3 days ago? Oh, Doris? Yeah.
How does literature make you feel?
She talking to
As though I'm
Nicoletta.
a kid looking through a kaleidoscope for the first time. Well, maybe that's not the best way to put it. Perhaps something a little more subtle.
The young writer drowns in the vortex of words as the blind woman walks away. She walks silently towards Kamala prison, arriving at the dock hidden between cliffs and reefs. There, the prisoner who answers all questions awaits her arrival.
A ship, sailing to an unfamiliar land, a parable of the past and future, an era that once existed and is yet to come. Is this the answer you've provided, Mr. Aleph?
No, Erd. You will have to find this answer yourself. No one can help you with this. No one.
I see. Thank you, Mr. Aleph. I will remember what you've told me.
Oh. On the boat. So the Platonic year. Rules out new right and wrong. The sergeant looks different on the makes rules in the old rules in the old instead. It makes Sonata looks different, not gonna lie. She looks pretty though. Burton also looks pretty. All men are dancers and they're threat. What's that? Goes to the barbarous clangor of the song. Oh, that's Erd. W.B. Yeats, 1919. 19? The end. Huh. It was the last part. Crazy. Crazy one. Oh, what's this? A secret meeting. In 1991, information move at lightning speed thanks to the technological advancement. I eavesdrop. Santos? From Sao Paulo? Or at least he got to Sao Paulo. Why are you here? Xeno soldier, the Admiral sent me to deliver the latest updates. I think Igor has misunderstood something. Just because we're both here doesn't mean the Apostles, Brotherhood, and Xeno are obliged to work together. Mr. Santos, you know the preacher said it before. Each and every one of us is their subject. Their subject. Why don't you just tell me that what Igor really sent you here for? Xeno's intelligence officers intercepted a message from the Foundation's in Buenos Aires, French. How typical of Xeno to do something like that. The message states that a fleet from the Foundation, including a battleship and a destroyer, has departed from the north and is heading south. So they're telling me those gray and white checkers are actually sending a fleet? The general wants you to speed up the transport of personnel and supplies, and to weaken the manpower of the Foundation's Buenos Aires branch as much as possible. Let me make this perfectly clear, I do not answer to him. But for the preacher and for them, I will fulfill my duty. Tell your admirer that he doesn't need to worry about anything else. We'll prepare a proper welcome for the Foundation's feeble little fleet. Understood. Let me guess. Yeah, as I thought, it's not gonna count for some reason. There we go. Claiming. Who's left? Doing the hard levels, and I'm gonna do that in my free time. That's about it. Let's see. Get this. Free money. That's nice. That's it. There's no epilogue. And there's no special part. So it's just that Folie et Deraison. Folie et Deraison. Very funky, very funky. Nice chapter though. Very nice chapter. On the next stream, tomorrow that is, I'll be checking Alep's story, and I'll also be doing some polls. So, wait for that. Yeah. On the other hand, thank you very much everyone for watching the stream today. I enjoyed it, and I hope you guys enjoyed it too. It's been very nice. Had a lot of thinking, got a lot of thinking happening. I really like that. I like when games make me think for a moment, or a little. It just makes it just feels nice to think about a game for a second, and like to strive away from from my job just for a second, just to get away from my job for a second, just think about this funky game that I love so much. Thinking about it just makes me feel nice. Feels very nice, honestly. I love it. I love it a lot. I love it very much. Yeah, it was very nice. I love it. What else? I do like the characters though. It was a crazy. The reveal was crazy. The fact that I called out about about Roberta and Octavia, but in this case, Octavia is it sane enough because she was also singing and dancing. Then in the fire, so Roberta is the only one that's like sane enough out of all of them. Roberta is the only one that's crazy. Other than that, the reveal that one of them, Recoleta, is not even human, and she can't be human because she's not even real. She's not a person. I mean, technically she is, but She's not a real person. She's a fictional character that came out to life out of a book. It's crazy stuff. I really enjoy it though. New characters, funky story, and I'm also going to go. Oh, I love. So enjoyed this character. Uh, I mean, technically, this is like not really. Jessica is like more like the first scary character, quote unquote scary character, right? Because she is made to be like a quote unquote villain in the story, and she is like a monster too, like a changeling, right? And then this guy left, just straight up crazy. You know what, let me check actually. Let me put up the borders just in case. Put up the sensor bar. Don't ask for what. Give me a sec. Okay. Then we go here. Give me a sec, guys. It's lagging. Oh my god, it's lagging. Wait, there's no way. Nope, that's good. Atlas. Roll Atlas. And then the truth. Oh, he is human. Oh, he's human. He's human. That's crazy. And then infected. This is infected. This is human, right? Human. Mix. What? Why is Barbara here? Mix as in like half human, half something else? Like they're not a pure arcanist, you mean? What do you mean mix? Alright. Arcanist. Let's see if she's here. This Recoleta is here. She is a arcanist. But she's not one of those special ones. She's not awakened. Because technically she's not a book anymore, I guess. And she's not a beyond. I would have assumed she would be like a beyond then. Because but not really, right? It will make more sense if she's, I mean, it will either make sense if she's an awakened or she's a beyond. Just because she came out of the book, they wouldn't make her like a normal arcanist, no? Because she's not. Still crazy, by the way. I still don't know if A Knight is supposed to be like. If A Knight is supposed to be like a character. No, as in like I thought A Knight is like an awakened, not gonna lie. Let me see this. Funky. Nah, cause like Recoleta is not a talking dog. She's not an animal, she's not an object that gains sentience. But she still is considered an arcanist. Can you not? I thought you could always check the new characters. Can you not anymore? Oh, you can. There you go. Spontaneous writing. Spontaneous writing is crazy. Imagine just spontaneously starts writing. That's crazy. Anyways, that's nice. That was a nice chapter. So next time we'll play this one, the Aleph story. And tomorrow I will also be pulling for Aleph. Hopefully I have enough saved up. Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching the stream today. I really enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. And that will be it from Hora Hora, everyone. Raskor is signing out. Thank you very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.